I need a drink.
Let's get back on track.
Here's the deal, though. We were trying to like go after Potato tonight, and she inserted herself into this. You know what I mean? Like the title was, I think, Declaration of War on Tim Dooley. Yeah, that's that. Are you ready for the war on Tim Dooley?
Potato guy? Y'all love that old potato.
Yes, let's go. Okay,
potatoes? Y'all like potatoes? Probably, honestly, if you're hearing the sound of my voice in the Western Hemisphere, you're very close to eating a starch in a tuber. It's called a potato. You may not have heard about this, but it's also the basis of a religion for a very special man.
Like you can be a professor of AIDS research. You're combating AIDS, and I am the professor at Potato University, and I've realized the potato is a disease, and he needs to be quelled. Okay, all my studies have realized that he is a disease and a vermin that needs to be stomped out. That's my conclusion in all of this. So yeah, it does not mean that I'm still not the professor at Potato University. I was the top scholar after all. At this point, I still am. Okay, so that kind of question just shows that you're a mud dweller. Okay, but the muddiest of them all happens to be Mr. Dooley. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
That's surprising, considering he's been the most vocal and prominent prophet of potatoism.
So there's some tenements of religion that are valuable, such as simplicity and growth. However, he is the most complex and stunted individual that I've ever seen in my life. He's the antichrist of potatoism.
What?
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's crazy, considering I feel the only way I know about him is he constantly says this is the thing, this is my religion. Has he become his own enemy?
He is his greatest enemy. He's absolutely his own worst enemy. He's been dealing with this shit for at least 8 years. What's the common denominator in all this? It's clearly him, right? There's no coordination. People ultimately grow tired of him, and I'm sure that I will too. But he's always obsessed with Gaza and Israel, right?
Man, he loves that shit.
If you put potato between both sides, they would unify, and there'd probably be peace between the two parties. They would unite over their hatred of this man.
I have seen people come together against him. I have seen that. Maybe that could be the way.
No, he's detestable. He's despicable. This guy is, to me, the most mentally ill man that I've seen on YouTube. So look, everyone here, there's a lot of moral crusaders who want to go after people that deserve it. Cyrax has been chased off. Okay, that's a fact. If
he's gone, he's done.
Yeah, no. He's been beaten. He's been defeated. On to the next one. I think he's a more worthy candidate for, I don't want to say abuse. He loves calling everything abuse or soul rape. In my opinion, it's Dooley. It's definitely Dooley. Cyrax hasn't actually molested any children. This guy molested his own sister. How sick do you have to be to molest your own flesh and blood, right?
And he was she was a minor, and he was older, far older than her. It's pretty rough. I don't like talk. I hate it. I wish it was just some guy that just created a religion out of potatoes, right? But this whole thing is it's like a cloak. He is one, and he just kind of wanders around the world and not getting called out for it. And you Cyrax folks, and I get it. You get your rage, and we're all banging on the walls about it. But Cyrax never got a chance and never did it to a kid. This guy in front of you, before you watch what he says, think about that. He did it to his own damn sister.
Just listen to this.
Go and seek out things like that. Why is it that they don't find children their own age? What's wrong with these children? What's wrong with the kids? But there seem to be both PDFs seeking out kids and kids seeking out PDFs. What's up with that? It goes both ways, my guys. The kids asking, maybe you can blame the kids. I mean, I know in my case, we do blame the kids.
Let's just pause it for a second here. All right, there's two important themes here. He blames kids, ultimate victim blaming, right? Ultimate victim blaming. You're saying what? Yeah, what? The sick fuck? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is Dooley here. This is Dooley.
It hurts. And Marty, I want to make a simple point. While we were talking, and you're playing that. Somebody in chat said, "Oh my God, I forgot how boring Potato was. That he actually is a sicko." Yeah, that's his superpower. Yeah. He bores you to death, and you forget. Holy crap! This guy is actually out of his fucking gourd, and he actually did something.
Well, yeah, so I would say that if enough people direct their energy towards him relentlessly, that he will be a little bit spicier too.
You mean prayer? You mean prayer to make him change and be better and be redeemed? So you're saying prayer energy, right?
Sure, yeah.
and thinking very hard about how it could be better. Yes, exactly.
So here's his diatribe of saying that like kids are innocent, adults prey on them like sexually for their own desires, and like kids do not go around chasing adults. Like 7-year-olds aren't out there like, hey, I want to get fucking taken advantage of by some creepazoid motherfucker. That's just not how it works. But in his mind, he's actually blaming the kids. Dude, this guy deserves the worst. I think he makes reference in my case, right? And what's he referring to here? Well, the fact that he finger banged his sister. His own flesh and blood, not to be fine if he did it on a stranger. It wouldn't be. But this is his truth. Like, this is his actual truth. The fact he blames the kid is probably the most unhinged thing I've heard so far. Well, that's true. That's true. The benefit of Potato, too, is he live streams, like, literally 14 hours a day. Look, I'll say this. Like, navigating with this guy, all he does is crave attention and control, too. Like, control is his number one thing. Whether it be his own sister or a Discord server or his chat. It's difficult to navigate.
I know. My case, we do blame the kids.
Wow, so he blamed his own sister for getting finger banged. How else could be this sick?
I don't like that.
No, how? In my case, I do blame the kid.
He has inundated. I think the guy's been, guys, if you don't know about Potato, he's got like a lot of names, and he's been around, and he tells this story often, and I've heard him get close to inundating that. And he just said it out, like, right out the bat. Like, yeah, in my case, see, one time I feel like he got close to saying, like, well, I was tempted. Saying it outright. Like, in my case, like, yeah, it was, her fault.
Ooh.
Again, though, he could make himself clear. I'm sure he'll go live tomorrow for 15 hours and give us a potato sermon about how that's okay. And it'll make me feel better about it, honestly, because I'm like you. Like, I've studied the book, and I want to learn more about it.
Well, so he'll just call us all Jewish, actually. He'll call us all Jews.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. So he'll say this is all false narrative. He's saying in my case, in reference to pedophilia, he does blame the kids. So nobody put these words in his mouth. You know what I mean? Like, nobody made him say this. On what planet could Jews make you say, in my case, I blame my sister for getting molested? Like, that's how I interpret this. I don't know if there's an alternative explanation, but that's like my stance on it. What do you make of this?
I just think that he's a hammered down, totally stamped on like internet creation that's been through the ringer 1,000 times. We're hearing him say these things, but like people years ago heard him say these things. The man, he did great wrong. He keeps reinventing himself. It's just like a nightmare. I don't know when it's going to stop. I don't know how it can stop. I don't know what punishment he deserves. But damn it, like, it's just weird that he can't just say, I mean, I guess if he continues to persist online, he could just maybe make a video and say, like, yeah, like, I sexually assaulted my sister. She's a minor. I took advantage of her. And if you want to enjoy my religion, you should know that about me. Thank you. I'm Tim Dooley. This is a message.
I mean, this seems like an admission, right?
Then I leave him alone. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thank you. Now everybody knows. But he keeps, like, he goes away, and he comes back and reinvents himself. And now it takes a stream like this where a bunch of weirdos are like, hey, this guy's freaky. Yeah, play the clip. It's horrifying.
Here's the deal. This is basically an old story, but I don't... Look, so I will say that there's basically an army of autistic people here who leave no stone unturned, who are relentless and bloodthirsty. And, people talk about Bitwave, but and I'm not, like, discrediting that. But if, like, this energy could be directed towards Tim Dooley, Cyrex has received, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I gotta tip my hat to Bitwave, because the only reason why we even know him, or, like, in many ways, like, know of that actual admission, is because of their relentless, absolute, like, smashing of him. And he just, like, when he said that, it was like open game for years, right? But still, to this day, if you can hear this, Kitty, Tim, Thomas, whatever you call yourself now, bro, like, just admit it in front of people. Stop, like, trying to dance behind starches and vegetables like potatoes. You're going to encounter a person like Marty, and it's going to be over. I guess it's over now.
Look, people need to be apprised. It's not like an immediate thing. The hatred needs to be cultivated. For what it's worth, I think a lot of these people hate themselves, for what it's worth. So if we can give them an outlet to direct that sort of energy towards somebody else, I think that's a good thing. And I think he's deserving of it, too. Let's let him finish out his little...
So can we not blame the kids?
No, you can't blame the kids, Dooley.
A 16-year-old is a kid, right? Can we not blame them for making a mistake? You guys want to blame me for making a mistake as a kid, so we can blame the kids for making mistakes, right? The kids shouldn't do those things. The kids are fucked up. It's the
Okay. So I have something I think will resonate with you personally.
Look at what
Where do I find this?
I say, by the way, I think I have cancer most likely in my mouth and throat and neck. I heard that you don't care about me and that you hate me and you just want to put spells on me or whatever.
Well, actually, no, I'm going to back up here just to give like a little bit of a preface. This is the woman that we've gotten into contact with, the mother of his child. Check this. Here is harassing this Luna woman. I'm not going to name her name. I went to visit him and got impregnated by Mr. Dooley, desperately trying to escape him. You'll see, like, he basically disavows his own child because somebody is ritually, demonically gang stalking him. I guess it's a little slow. He's making up saying that she tried to kill herself to try to guilt some troll, I guess, who's calling him what he is, which is like a pedophile. You know what I mean? I think that's like fairly obvious at this point. I told him he killed herself with a baby. I'm not lying. So if he's talking to this woman, like, how is that a lie? Right? Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Leave me alone. He told me I tried to commit suicide. I'm willing to find out everything he said. Meanwhile, he's calling her very evil. She calls him a shit stirrer. Get these people out of his life. So this applies to me. Like, I'll leave Dooley alone, and he'll make 10-hour live streams talking about me, like obsessing over me. Like, so even when I try to leave him, like, I'll just be talking Marty this, Marty that, Marty this, Marty that. And, like, if anything, like, he's the stalker. I feel like he's the stalker. Frankly, I've just had enough of it. I know that birds descend from dinosaurs. Okay, you know what? This reading is too comprehensive for me at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Well, all right. So no reading. We'll just let this man speak his own story in his own words. You freak.
Way, I think I have cancer most likely
Leave it at that.
in my mouth and throat and neck. I don't know if I should get treatment or just lay down and die. The only treatment is radiation, and I don't like that. I'm aware that you don't care about me and that you hate me and you just want to put spells on me or whatever. I'm also okay with never seeing or knowing my daughter. As your family hates me, you hate me, she's gonna hate me. I just want to say that I've given up on life and I'm most likely going to die eventually from the cancer. It looks like people get what they want. Get rid of me. So I'm working on dying. Just give me some time, it'll happen. That's what I typed. Then she said, why did you message me? Question mark. I'm not interested in what you have to say. And I called bullshit on the cancer. Then she said, don't message me again. I'm not interested in hearing anything from you.
Bluff called. Not receiving it well.
Well, hey, glorious day. He didn't have cancer at all. It
No.
was 2019 by the title of that video.
He's so
Kenny,
weird.
Thomas, Potato, you've been saved, miraculously healed.
Yeah, that's all it's in it. Like, God saved me from the cancer.
He did.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Or nothing.
Amen. No, amen. I believe it. The miracle upon us.
Would you
And
consider manipulating the mother of his child to interact with him to be something happening?
I mean, that was a long time ago.
That's fair.
Tim,
Well,
just focus on your potato shit. Don't worry about it. That's your past. And he talks about that, right? Like, the past is the past. Let it go. You know, that's like, you got to grow. It's growth.
For what it's worth, I can say that his daughter has no idea who he is, and that's for the best.
Man, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Even though that Tim Dooley's daughter has never heard him talk or seen his face or heard his name.
I'll tell you this. The story that the kid was given was that the real father went out to fight insurgents and died in Afghanistan. That's what they were told, and it's honestly for the best. And I would never want to compromise this child believing that. Like, it'd be better to believe that your dad is dead than believing that your dad is potato. You know what I mean?
He's happy. And he doesn't have the balls to, like, reach back out anyway, so it's good.
He'll end up throwing his glasses in a fit of rage when his bluff's called. Here, 1 second.
Abuse.
Sorry.
What a pathetic worm.
The boy who cried wolf, go fuck yourself. Whoever that person is who write that, you're a piece of shit because you're part of the problem. All the defamation lies. You see, the amount of lies is what has turned me into the boy who cried wolf. The thing is that I'm always.
Dude, you're lying right now, though. I mean, the amount of lies. Like, you molested your sister. That's the truth. That's the actual truth.
It's truthful. I always speak the fucking truth. And then there's people that speak the fucking lies. And now the lies have become the fucking truth. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with here, is that the lies that people keep telling has become the truth. That's my life, right? I have fucking cancer and I'm fucking going to die. You can't fucking deal with that? You're gonna tell me I'm a fucking liar for that? Fuck you. Fuck.
Well, you know it's a lie. Like, he doesn't have terminal cancer. He's still here. He's perfectly fine. He knows it's a lie, too.
That's a miracle, though. That's amazing. Like in
Oh.
2019, this video, he believes it. He's going hard. The next time I get to talk to him, I'll say, dude, I didn't know this, but you were given a gift by God. You were cured from cancer. Amen.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're gonna make jokes of me because of that? Fuck you. Whoever that is. That's so fucking disrespectful and despicable. Fucking shame on you. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit that people are typing. That people are typing. Dude, this is just another fucking joke, yeah?
Is constant lying that his cancer. You've shown us that you like to get out of any situation.
So look, guys, here's what I'll tell you. This guy live streams 12 hours a day. If you enjoy this sort of thing, direct your energies toward him, okay? And not in a positive way. Don't sidle up to him, become his buddy.
Tim Dooley, Kitty Styles, whatever you want to call him. The man, he's so critically boring in some phases that, like, you forget him. You just kind of like, it becomes like a blank space. And then a stream like this, everyone gets reminded this is a guy that put his fist in his sister, his minor sister. And he spends, for years, he spent 15 hours a day streaming. You know, it used to be like all kinds of, don't worry about the rest. But today, it's the potato religion. Be careful. Be careful. You might start believing yourself. He's very persuasive.
He's not persuasive. He's not persuasive at all.
Marty, he's got everything in his life is to hide this sin that he's done, but still be on somehow. And so he's got to get these people on board with this religion, because as long as he's like the Messiah, he's good. That's what he's doing.
One interesting thing that I stumbled upon was, have you ever heard him read his psych report, like his psychological analysis?
I never have. Oh my gosh.
Well, okay. Well, you're.
Look at
Let's go.
Speaking of cancer here, the topic du jour.
what can I do? That's the future. And so when it happens to you, just know that I warned you about it. So you can't
Can
come
you
back
pause
and
it for one
say
moment?
I didn't tell you.
Sure.
I want to just, like, people that have not seen this before, his background, his like overlays, these PNGs, these are stacked things on his right-hand side that he's made, the background and some bizarro stuff. This man, like, he cultivates and creates like bizarro over and over and over again AI creations of potato things that, as you can see, like have a certain like idolatry to it, right? Like pointing towards him as like the god. And it's, again, this is not something that you just find online. This man spent a lot of time trying to make these with free AI programs because he ain't got no money. No, it's okay.
So he's a good graphic designer, but you'll see a bunch of like students looking up to this great sage. He calls himself the sage, like on the edge of their seats, like, oh yeah, tell us more. Like, and this is how he views himself, which is so warped. It's so insane. You know, he's not just some sister fister, pedophile, narcissist, creep, malcontent. Like, in his mind, this is how he views himself. And it's so weird.
So you can't come back and say I didn't warn you about the future. Just like I said, Mandalorian would get cancer. How does a man predict another man's cancer? Predicting Mandalorian's cancer is just a preview.
I'm sorry. Mandalorian. I'm praying for you, brother. I think he fought that. He's still doing good, by the way. This guy, like, he wished his cancer on this person.
I did the future before. Also, when I predicted the stream.
So I'm going to tell you something too. Like, somebody messaged me about this. That Sammy woman claimed that I was going over to fix her toilet today. You know?
Well, I mean, if you know anything about Sammy X Baby, she can really destroy a toilet.
Well, she lives in a shit town. Like, for what's worth, like the city that she lives in, every shit in Chicago flows through that town. They burn it.
Don't say her name 3 times; she'll appear.
Oh, then yeah, okay. I don't want to talk. I don't want
to. When I predicted, like I told one of my stalkers in the past that they would go and get cancer, and they went on to go and get cancer. Why do you get mad at me for predicting the future correctly? Like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just say thank you? I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this life, did I? Don't fucking blame me. You're gonna make threats at me just because I predict somebody's future correctly. So I think I'm God just because I say somebody he's gonna get cancer. You get mad at me because you got cancer. Because you got cancer because I predicted it. I said you're gonna get cancer. Then when he got it, you're gonna get mad at me for what? Predicting the future? Why? I think
Who's more sane between Dooley and Cyrax?
Damn.
Make your argument. Like, I would say that Cyrax is more sane.
Cyrex is more sane. Cyrex deals, I will only say this because I have more empirical data to work with. Cyrax, although he is the same as Tim, a recluse in a room, online, way too much, Cyrax has people around him, right, that intrude reality upon him. So he is, like, inherently, and he also has the police come to his house a lot. So he inherently has to deal with, like, a visceral and objective reality constantly. Whereas this character, like, he probably can because of, like, social services in his country. And, like, you can kind of see, like, guys, you notice, like, the background of 2019 clips look the same as, not this potato thing, but, like, his own life right now. The man's been there for years and years and years. He's in the same box. He might not go out. So he can be in his own disreality. So I think that he is more detached. Because Chance hasn't yet actually offended, right?
Mm.
We're still there. Like, if that's like the meter mark. But this guy with his face paused, like, he did great sin, and he's still online, and he doesn't care, and he has his own reality about it. Worse, he has his own religion about it. And it's all these layers to hide this gigantic sin and crazy thing that he did, and that everybody knows now. And then he gets really upset when people say, hey, bro, just so you know, like, hey, I just joined the chat. You fisted your sister. And he's like, oh, how dare you? I'm trying to be a religious master here. Where does that go?